that mock drafts are like assholes?
We all have one.
Everybody has one, and they all stink. Let's make a joke. That's a great joke. That's a great joke. You like that? You like that? Oh, welcome everybody back into another episode of a Dahm. That's true. Of course, I'm the Tru. He's the Dahm. I'm your host of the most Truman and Owen, and that's the bomb Owen Dahm. Welcome in, everyone. What? Yeah, I guess I'm the sub if he's the Dom, but I think we all know that would.
I was thinking he's more like the bus.
The bus. Yeah.
Get it? Sub backwards.
Because I'm about the bus. What's the old what's bust a nut backwards? I can't remember.
Tuna sub.
Tuna sub. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm about to tuna sub backwards because I'm about to bust a nut. Thank you.
It's bust a nut.
Bust a nut. Yes. All right. Thank you. Welcome everybody into
I remember that
the
stupid
high-class
meme.
humor of Dom. That's true. This week we have mock drafts. Everybody has one. We are finally joining the fray of having a mock draft. I sat down and I spent 45 minutes making a mock draft at most, and now we are going to rate it and go over it.
Good.
It'll be better than Nick Adams' mock draft.
Did he do the Christian one again?
Oh, dude, I wonder if he's got a mock draft. Oh, fuck me. I hope he has a mock draft.
Nick Adams is probably the greatest troll in the sport.
He has to be.
He's so good at it.
Speaking of guys who are good at trolling, you see Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon got fired today?
The crossover episode that we've all been waiting for.
That was the crazy... Everybody's getting fired today.
Well, did you see the shoe on head tweet that I retweeted?
No.
No, sorry, it was a Morgan is a wizard one.
No, what did she say?
So Fox News is reporting about CNN firing Don Lemon and ignoring firing Tucker. And CNN is reporting on Fox News firing Tucker and not talking about Don Lemon.
That's funny.
So they're both, they're basically tabloids at this point. Both those fucking news websites. I do not like either of them.
It's kind of crazy. But it's just...
I don't know how Don Lemon was employed for so long at CNN, and I also don't know how Tucker Carlson was employed so long at
Also,
Fox
one
News.
of James Corden's shows got canceled. It was a big, big day for everybody.
What's the deal with James? Why does everyone dislike James Corden?
Because James Corden is cringe. Vincent, come here. Vincent, come here and sit down. I bet you could really explain the James Corden situation. This man. Oh, and while Vincent walks over here,
just like
big
a
shout out
dorky,
to
cringy dude that sang in cars.
big shout out to all the guys over at Patreon.com. All of our fans, all of our contributors
Friends.
and our supporters.
Our
Patreon.com/opendisaster.
if you will.
Our patrons, yes.
Compatriots.
Yes.
It's like compatriot, but
Thank
they're
you.
patrons.
Fair enough. But come. Big shout out,
How it feels.
Dylan, Meltbox Kansas City, now open in the Iron District. Don't forget. Skylar, Joe, and Aaron. Big shout out. Those five. Vincent.
Yes.
Explain why nobody likes James Corden.
I don't know, he's just so exactly so do you like Jimmy Fallon?
That's the guy who laughs at everything.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't watch his show.
He's like if you just took all of the bad things about Jimmy Fallon and cranked it up to 11.
He's just like annoying theater kid, but an adult.
And he's British, which people have a weird issue with. I don't, but that is something people bring up a lot, is because he has British voice on top of being cringe, and then also he's kind of an arrogant dick about it as
text
well.
messages.
I have bad news. We are down to 4 patrons. And I don't know who we lost.
Imagine you lost Joe.
Would be funny.
But he also,
Sir, we're down to 4 patrons.
the George Bush one? Yes.
Yeah.
That was funny.
and he's also
No, wait, we
an
still
entitled,
have 5.
arrogant dick on top of that. He
Sir.
treats.
We're back up to 5 patrons.
It's weird. It says 4 patrons over here, but if you go to our page, it says 5 Patreon members. And I only have 1 deleted pledge, which was Picaro. So who knows? Hey, if you guys aren't following the Patreon anymore, send us a
Patreon
message so we
follower.
can cuss you out.
So James Corden just is a British on top of being all these things. Wow.
Yeah, basically that was the main takeaway. I'm glad that's what you got from that.
Fair enough. And he also played the mouse in Cinderella and did "Let's Get Loud" into somebody's face in their car. So
That's right. They did the "Let's Get Loud"
Yeah.
flash mob in
yes.
traffic.
And he humped right in somebody's face, and it was just a little weird. So there you go.
And then he was also in Cats, so he's got that against him.
All I know is that James
was Taylor
Corden was got popular on early TikTok, right, for just singing with celebrities in his
I
car.
will say the carpool karaoke I think is actually the best thing that he does.
And that just got canceled.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's rough. I was like, that's the most palatable thing that he does is just because he has an all right singing voice, and just singing with people is, a chill vibe.
Fair enough.
But all right.
That's the only thing I knew him for. And then everyone's like, I hate James Corden. I was like, the car singing guy? I was like, what did he do?
That's fair. All right, welcome everybody into Dahm That's True. Today we're talking mock drafts. Owen, let's get into it. Here's the mock draft. The Dahm That's True mock draft. We're going to do this one at a time, essentially. 10 at a time, and then we're going to get to the Chiefs pick.
I see.
I'll give you my thought process as we go.
Okay.
Let's start. Let's start with the first 1 through 10, Owen. The first pick in the draft should be Bryce Young. Is that crazy to say?
I can see CJ Stroud going, but only if you're a moron. I think it should be Bryce Young. I think that the Panthers traded up for Bryce Young. They gave up a lot for Bryce Young. Mm-hmm. And if he's as good as advertised, as we've seen in person,
yes,
then it will be worth it for the Panthers.
I will also say that I did not make any trades during the draft. No draft trades.
I think that the poor Colts are going to get the worst quarterback. I think Will Levis is the next. God, what's his name?
Ryan Leaf.
No, the guy that was the Jets quarterback.
Bryce Young. No. What?
Why am I forgetting his name?
Wilson.
No, not Zach Wilson.
Not Zach Wilson?
The guy before that.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Played in a terrible conference, did all right, and had measurables.
To be fair, Will Levis played in the SEC.
And did he win anything? No. Or was he even close to top of anything? No, his team was not. His team was mediocre, just like North Carolina and Mitch Trubisky.
To be fair, just like Patrick Mahomes also did not have any success.
Patrick Mahomes threw for 5,000 yards like 4 times.
I know. I'm still saying there's arguments to be made all around about.
It's different though, because he doesn't have the Josh Allen, I threw a ball 75 yards in a game, but I'm a loose cannon kind of thing.
Yeah. He's just fine.
I really don't get it. And if I'm wrong and he turns out to be the best quarterback in the draft class, whatever. But I think the two obvious choices are CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, and I think Bryce Young's the obvious number 1.
Yes. Fair enough. Bryce Young, number 1. CJ Stroud goes number 2 in my book. I think he goes to the Texans. I think it's going to be hard for any of these teams to trade, right? I don't think any of them want to trade away. Like, there's talk of the Colts moving up. Yes, I did.
This makes sense to me so far.
There's talk of the Colts moving up, but they have to trade with the Texans, and the Texans also need a quarterback.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
So unless they get like an agreement that they're like, we're coming up to take Will Levis, and then they might do that. But that's my only way I see that happening. But I don't think that'll happen. It's also crazy that his name isn't Will Levi's or like Levi. So that's all I'm going to say. Okay, so number 1 to the Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young. Number 2, Houston Texans, CJ Stroud. Number 3, Will Anderson Jr. The Cardinals are not going to take a quarterback, and their needs right now are guard, center, DL, or defensive line or cornerback. I don't think any of those positions. I don't think there's anybody good enough in this draft to go up there besides Will Anderson Jr. to fill your defensive line need. So,
yeah,
Will Anderson Jr. number 3. Pick number 4, Will Levis to the Colts. I think it makes too much sense.
Yeah, I mean,
this feels like a perfect Colts pick. Will Levis deserves to be stranded in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Who's their starter right now?
Who's their starter?
That's not where Baker went, is it?
God, where did Baker? No, Baker went to Tampa. Baker went to where everybody was like, Baker should go to Tampa. And Baker was like, I'm going to Tampa.
Yeah, I don't think they have a quarterback right now.
No.
It's Matt Ryan. I don't think that he's technically retired yet.
It's true.
But yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So Will Levis learning from Matt Ryan could be nice.
Yeah. Could
number 5. Speaking of a quarterback who could stand to sit back and learn from another guy, I have Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson has flew up draft boards. Good for him.
What about the Tennessee guy? This Hendon
Hooker.
Hendon Hooker. Yeah.
I do not have him going in my first round, but I imagine I could see. We'll get to the team that I would have expected to take, but where they're not.
Sure, we'll get there. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, sorry. Anthony Richardson for Seattle. I think he gets to sit behind Geno Smith, and I think that makes a lot of sense. You learn from Geno. I think he would thrive in that situation. They've played with athletic quarterbacks in the past with Russell Wilson and Geno Smith to some extent.
But they did just sign Geno to a longer contract.
Like 3 years, and Anthony Richardson is going to need some time to develop. but he is a home run swing. If Anthony Richardson pans out to be at his maximum potential, he will be a league MVP.
Yeah,
one
the
day.
next Lamar Jackson type.
But no, but he'll be Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson mixed together. He'll be better at throwing like Lamar Jackson was, but he'll have the stability and the durability of Cam Newton.
Yeah, because I think that's what people forget about Cam Newton, especially because a lot of the vocal Twitter fan base is younger people who didn't really watch Cam Newton play.
Yeah.
But the reason why Cam Newton was so amazing is because he was so big that not only could he juke you out of your socks,
He was hard to
but he
bring
could
down.
also it took two guys to tackle him.
Sometimes the only way past is through, and Cam Newton could absolutely go through you. Number 6, the Lions, I think are just going to keep on getting better. I think this is where Jalen Carter slides to.
Okay.
I think Jalen Carter could have been he could be your number 3 pick in Carolina, but Carolina doesn't, with Arizona, but Arizona doesn't really need defensive interior. They need defensive line. But the Lions do need defensive interior, and I don't think it will be worth it to draft any of the wideouts or any of the tight ends in the top
They
6.
have decent enough wide receivers, actually. They don't even need a first round. They don't need a first round wide receiver, I don't think.
No, I agree.
Amon St. Brown can be your guy.
So this is where I have them taking defensive interior, them going with Jalen Carter. And I think they've got a pick later in the round, maybe. Or no, I think they just swapped with LA. So there you go. Number 7. This is where I could have seen Hendon Hooker going, but Hendon Hooker isn't a first-round talent. I think he'll be there in the second round. And I think a team like the Las Vegas Raiders hopefully will realize that and not draft him there. By the way, also,
The Raiders are going to make a bad pick, though. They'll reach for somebody. Mike Mayock got fired, right?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
If Anthony Richardson doesn't get selected with the 5th pick, I think he absolutely could go number 7. If he's still there on the board, I think absolutely Las Vegas.
Well, yeah.
Could take him
Who's the Raiders have that one guy that was the Tom Brady backup, right?
there. Jimmy Garoppolo?
No, the other guy.
Well, that's who's starting right now. Is Jimmy Garoppolo?
Oh, Jimmy G went to L.A.
yeah,
Oh,
or
cool.
LV, but yeah.
Oh, I've been ignoring that. Sweet.
Number 8. This is where I hate to see this guy go off the board, but I think that's where Jackson Smith
In Jigba.
and Jigba will go. It's also PFF list the Falcons needing a quarterback. I think they're going to let it ride with Desmond Ridder this year, and I think they picked up like a sneaky guy. Atlanta picked up somebody that was like, I was like, oh, that's good depth. Atlanta Falcons. Hold on, depth chart.
Let's see.
What?
I thought they were going to let it ride with their backup.
Right, but I think they've got a really solid other one.
It's not Mariota, is it?
No, it's Taylor Heineke. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, that is a good backup.
That's a perfect backup plan for Desmond Ridder.
yeah, dude who started games before.
Yep. Pick number 9, the Chicago Bears. I believe this is where Devin Witherspoon goes. He's a really good cornerback out of Illinois. He gets to stay in Illinois and go to Chicago. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think that's a lot of fun.
Sure.
Number 10, this is where, sadly, Brian Branch goes. Eagles are in need of a safety. I believe they left, I can't remember. It's like DC. Somebody Gardner Johnson Jr. or something.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Yeah. But they lost him. Brian Branch, I think, is a good fill there. I think Brian Branch is, honestly, if he could somehow, some way,
Fall 20 picks.
I've seen him not go this high before, which throws me off. But if he's there,
Hey, once again, remember, it's the draft. There's going to be trade-ups in these top 10 picks.
yeah, there's probably going to be a trade on draft night. But we'll see. All right, moving on to the next 10. Number 11, Taylor Lewin. Just got dropped from the Titans. I believe they're looking to get younger on the offensive line. Paris Johnson Jr. from Ohio State, the left tackle, I think would be a good option here.
Yeah, makes sense.
Number 12, I believe to go with your new quarterback, I think you have to go get a new wide receiver. And I think the Houston Texans will go and get Quentin Johnson. I think this is where the first or the second wide receiver goes with Quentin Johnson.
Okay. Yeah, that's one I've seen getting mocked to the Chiefs as well. I know the Chiefs visited with this guy.
They visit with first-round talents and like fourth-round talents. It's weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, Brett Veach makes his killing in the 4th round.
It's true.
That's where he nails it every time.
Yep.
But, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't hate that spot.
Yep. Number 13, Jordan Love just took over in Green Bay. This is the trade that happened today, by the way. Aaron Rodgers got traded to the Jets.
Dude, that trade is awful for the Packers.
It's insane.
What the hell?
The
Packers continue to be a terrible organization.
They basically did a pick swap and then got a first and a second for basically Hall of Fame 2-time MVP quarterback, which is weird.
Well, but the thing is, though, is that if Rodgers doesn't play well, the Packers probably win this trade.
Well, but if Rodgers doesn't start 65% of the games, that first-round pick next year turns to a second-round pick. So
it doesn't matter.
They've built a backup plan.
If you're giving away Aaron Rodgers and he's not good, that's a win.
We'll see.
If you got stuff for somebody that's not good, I don't think that's a win. But
hot take, I think it's going to be a top 10 pick. I think that first-round pick next year, the conditional second-rounder that turns into a first-rounder if he plays 65%, I think he's going to play 65%. I think he's going to fucking crash and burn, especially in a really tough AFC East. I think they could end up in the top 10 again.
Well, yeah, I guess the Dolphins are going to be good, and the Bills are obviously going to be good, and it all depends on whether or not Bill Belichick turns anything around in New England, which is always a possibility.
I don't know. So, yeah. Number 13, the new pick acquired by the Packers today, Dalton Kincaid. This is where the tight end goes.
Okay.
I really like that. Number 14, Nolan Smith, an edge out of Georgia. That feels like a Bill Belichick pick.
Yeah.
A Georgia edge. Just to
dominant kid
defense.
from high school. Dominant kid from college that won two national championships.
Of course, it'll probably be someone that we've never heard of in our entire life that will be a third-round talent that'll get picked there, but that's what I got for you. Number 15, I believe the Jets, after acquiring Aaron Rodgers, are ready to get better at tackle as well. To protect Aaron Rodgers, they're going to go get Broderick Jones from Georgia.
Okay.
The Washington Commanders this isn't listed here, but I think they need a little bit of help in their secondary. I've been picking Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon.
Kind of a best available kind of thing?
Yeah.
Sure.
Kind of too good to pass up. Pick 17, right after that, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to need a defensive back or a tackle or a linebacker. I had them taking Deontay Banks after he slides the cornerback out of Michigan.
Yeah, another best available, good fit. I like it.
The Lions did have another pick, and we talked about, they picked, in this mock draft, they picked, hold on, sorry.
Defensive lineman.
Yeah, they got Jalen Carter.
That's the guy that he's like 6'7", like 3 billion.
Freak, yeah. So they got their defensive interior solved, and this time they'll actually go back and grab that wide receiver. They'll go and grab Jordan Addison out of USC.
Okay.
Especially after all those guys just got suspended in the Lions for gambling. So
well, they weren't even. I don't get why. I don't get.
They were gambling inside NFL facilities, not on NFL games, except for the one that probably got 1 year was probably gambling on NFL games.
Yeah, I saw that one of them was the guy that everyone likes, Jameson Williams.
Yes.
They were gambling on like NBA games.
Speaking of guys from USC. Jameson Williams.
I don't get that. That's such a weird band.
Jameson Williams is Alabama. That's my fault.
I don't get it. Dude, if you're not gambling on the NFL, why do they care?
I don't know. I think
it's so weird.
I think there's fine lines. I mean, I think it's one of those things that pro athletes should just stay away from talking about gambling, looking at gambling, just because anytime you're going to look at, even if it's another sport, you're going to look at being very close to. You can see your game's line and know things, and maybe that is a slippery slope. Because gambling is addictive.
That's true.
1-800-GAMBLER.
1-800-GAMBLER.
Struggling with it.
Jameson, maybe you look it up.
Yeah. Pick 19, Owen? Pick 19. Kalijah Cansey out of Pittsburgh, a defensive interior. Guess what? Tampa Bay needs a lot of help.
Tampa Bay is going to be rough.
Tampa Bay could go grab they could be also in the Hendon Hooker.
They need like everything, man. James White leaving. Devin White. Excuse me. Sorry, James White would be the
obviously
old
Tom
Patriots
Brady retired.
Player.
Yes. They're in big trouble.
They're in trouble,
and I can imagine them going defensive interior.
Shout out to Tampa Bay. They cashed in on their window. Got into the Super Bowl somehow, and then faced the Chiefs with no O-line. Lucky you guys.
It's true. Pick number 20, we got, they sold out and they got it. And just like the Rams. Hey, listen, you guys are like the Royals. You get to return to... Yeah, it's fine. Pick number 20, also back to Seattle. Again, they picked quarterback in that first round. Now I believe they go defensive line. I have them grabbing Miles Murphy from Clemson. All right. Pick number 20. So officially, pick number 20 technically... Or pick number 21 originally would have been the Dolphins. They have forfeited, or they had it vanquished, or They
Vacated?
They got in trouble. Yeah.
How did they get in trouble?
They were tampering.
Oh, this is from the Brian Flores stuff.
Yeah, they were meeting with Tom Brady on boats or whatever. Yeah, they were throwing. Who knows? Pick number 21.
How do they assign that goes to the Chargers?
It doesn't go to the Chargers. There's only 31 picks in the first round this year.
Oh, the draft just moves up one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State goes to the Chargers.
A basketball player?
They need it does sound like it. Joey Porter Jr. does sound like a basketball name.
Because it sounds like Michael Porter Jr.
I guess that's fair. But yeah, he goes cornerback from Penn State goes to the Chargers.
Man, I'm so low on everyone that's not a Big 12 and an SEC player.
Listen, there's some guys that I haven't seen. This was just who PFF was like, they were like, they need this position. I was like, best that position left. Cool. I was looking at the best left list, and there was
and then again, it's probably just because I haven't been watching any Big 10 or ACC games,
Yes.
But, I mean, once again, the draft, this is where, guys like, John Brown that had a huge season for the Bills a couple years ago.
Sure.
D2 Kansas player.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
And this
for
is
the Bengals?
Bills. He had his big season for the Bills.
Sure. I'm thinking of John Ross. Sorry.
Yeah. But, and I saw, I don't remember where, I saw it on Twitter, but it was just telling kids that you don't need to go commit to Alabama or Tennessee to get picked up because
absolutely.
If you are good, they will find you.
Yeah. There is going to be somebody picked in this first round that when they get picked, everybody go, who? And then it's like, why would you pick him? And then they'll go on to have a solid year.
And then, they'll flash his tape and you'll be like,
Yes.
Well, I mean, like, that's how Kareem Hunt was. Kareem Hunt was like, Toledo? And then, but I mean, he had a stellar season at Toledo, so it wasn't like crazy. But the average fan was like, who the hell is that?
They're like, oh, I forgot that we got Kareem Hunt. Oh, holy shit, this guy's fucking running over dudes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, okay, so
Joey Porter Jr.
Pick number 22. Zay Flowers will be available for the Baltimore Ravens, but in total Baltimore Ravens fashion, they will not pick a wide receiver to help Lamar. Instead, they will go draft an edge from Iowa, Lucas Van Ness.
I'm telling you right now, they're not going to draft an edge or a wide receiver. It's going to be something dumb because the Baltimore Ravens is like one of the most poorly run organizations in the whole league.
They're weird because they do have okay talent that they draft. It's just not ever what they need.
They're a GM away from being a really good team.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of really good pieces. Mark Andrews.
Right.
Top 5 tight end. Lamar Jackson. Perennial top, could be top 5, could be lower, but once again, needs pieces to surround him. Hasn't had wide receivers at all.
Right. Just
so
randomly traded away his number 1 wideout for picks.
Yeah. Great O-line. Well, not great O-line. Great D-line.
Yeah. So that means that the Ravens will probably be the ones who draft Osiris Torrance from a guard from Florida. But instead, I have him picking Lucas Van Ness.
I like it. That's you're in the mind of the GM right there.
Thank you. Pick number 23. You have Minnesota Vikings. I have them going Emmanuel Forbes from Mississippi State. They need a quarterback. They need a cornerback, and I think they'll go that.
Okay.
Again, Zay Flowers could go to any of these teams in here, except for pick number 24 to the Jaguars. The Jaguars need a guard. I have them picking Osiris Torrance from Florida.
Yeah, they do need a guard. Watch out for the Jags. They could be good again.
Jags could be good again. It's a terrible division that they're in. Pick number 26. Dallas Cowboys got to pick the
we got to go over Zay Flowers first. That's where you have Zay Flowers.
Oh, sorry. Pick number 25 is Zay Flowers to the Giants.
To surround their $1 million quarterback.
$40 million, $45 million.
Daniel Dimison.
Yes.
I can't believe that contract.
Every day, Patrick Mahomes' contract.
It's crazy.
Patrick Mahomes is the 6th highest paid
right?
quarterback in the NFL right now. 6th. You think about that. For another 7 years, he's paid that much money.
It's only going to get his contract's only going to get better.
And Jalen Hurts signed a 5-year deal, 4-year deal, 4-year, 5-year deal, and he's getting like $51 million.
Yep.
I think it was 5 years, $51 million. Because I think it was 5 years, $255. And he's going to restructure. He's going to need a new deal in 4 years, and he's probably going to get paid $60 million. And Patrick Mahomes will still be at $45 million. Yeah. Well, you could be bad. We'll see. Okay, pick number 25. That's where Zay Flowers is going to help Danny Dimes. Pick number 26. Hook'em. Texas. I have a Dallas Cowboys picking a Texas running back. They're picking Bijan Robinson.
And
a lot of people happened to the Buffalo Bills, but now that the Dallas Cowboys got rid of Zeke and they've franchise tagged Tony Pollard means they don't want to pay a running back, and so it's Bijan Robinson time.
Yeah, they're drafting one.
Absolutely.
Man, and they've never had success grabbing guys from Texas. Can't think of a single guy that set Hall of Fame records that went to the Cowboys from a Texas school. So,
is that where Michael Irvin was from? Or
No.
not? Sorry,
let's talk about
Emmett Smith. Is that where Emmett Smith went?
Pretty sure he was a Texas kid.
I think you're right. Emmett Smith College? Question mark. Emmett Smith, Florida.
Fuck. What?
Very similar though. I get what you're saying there.
Hold on.
It feels
Who am I
similar.
thinking of? God, Evan's gonna roast me for this.
Oh.
For not knowing where Emmett Smith went to college. Sorry, Evan. I can hear you already making fun of me. Or you too, Logan. Sorry for not knowing where Emmett Smith went to college.
Pick number 27. This is where I have Maisie Smith, another defensive interior lineman from Michigan going. Pick number 28. This is where I have the other tight end in the first round going, Michael Mayer. The Cincinnati Bengals need help at tight end, and I believe they will go get Michael Mayer. Sorry, pick number 27, by the way, was the Buffalo Bills. Are grabbing Maisie Smith. Mazi? I don't know. Mazi Smith. Pick number 29. San Francisco, the New Orleans Saints need a guard, a center, a defensive line, or a cornerback. A lot of cornerbacks have gone in this first round. I don't believe there's first round talent left anymore. No guards or center worth first round talent this year. I've been picking a defensive lineman. I've been picking Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech.
I like it.
Pick number 30, the last pick before the Chiefs. I know you guys are all wondering.
Oh, I was thinking of Earl Campbell, but he was an Oiler, so that's
Interesting.
not the same.
That is nope, not close. All right, pick number 30.
It was the Houston Oilers, though.
We have the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe they needed defensive interior lineman again.
The Eagles are just going to be good for the years coming.
But they need help. They've got some holes that they need to fill.
What they need is their division to keep being terrible.
Yes.
I don't think the Cowboys are going to be awful again this year.
Yes.
I don't think that the Eagles can do the double over them again.
Mm-hmm. So I actually.
Well, no, actually, the Cowboys they went for one because they're Mr. Mustache Man, well, not Mustache Man, Washington State dude was starting the game.
Yeah.
God, what's
Gardner Minshew.
Yes, jeez.
Yes, that's fair.
Thank you.
They did losing.
The Eagles lost to the Cowboys because Gardner Minshew was starting, but Gardner Minshew's team still put up 34 points, but 2 of those were defensive scores.
That's fair. Pick 30, Brian Breesy from Clemson. He'll be a
Clemson
defensive interior lineman. All right, Owen.
The Chiefs.
Pick number 31 with the Chiefs. I want to talk about this before we go into it. What position do you think the Chiefs are going to draft?
So, my brain tells me that the draft being in Kansas City, you have to pick an exciting pick.
You want to pick an exciting pick? I don't think you have to pick an exciting pick.
I think that, well, I'm using my brain. I'm using my heart here. My heart says corner, wide receiver, or running back.
No way they pick a running back in the first round. I want to quell all those rumors. There's no way they pick a running back in the first round.
If Bijan Robinson isn't available, the Chiefs are picking him.
I don't think it makes sense. I think Isaiah Pacheco is good. I think you need a third down back, which is a 4th round pick, which could be one of my draft crushes.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk draft crushes.
Yeah, I'm thinking, but my heart says the Chiefs will go defensive interior, which they're lacking at right now, or tackle.
Tackle?
Yeah. There's a lot of There's a lot of line depth in this draft.
As far as how this draft shook out, there was a couple guys that fell that maybe shouldn't have fallen, and there's some guys that maybe went earlier. Listen, I'm just clicking guys on a screen.
Dude, I don't know how because
this is not expert analysis, but you guys don't come here for expert analysis.
One thing we should do is that I know that I think USA Today or somebody there does one of those lists where they go through experts mock drafts and marks where people were actually taken and marked like how good they were versus
we're gonna revisit this after the draft,
FanDuel betting odds and stuff like that.
We'll revisit this.
Like who's the best at it? And everyone.
No,
some people are better than
almost
others.
never close.
Some people are better than others. Their average distance from draft pick and because obviously the first 2 rounds is all that matters because once you get into the 3rd round it's just a crapshoot anyway. But the first 2 rounds some experts are 5 picks off. per average where somebody was drafted.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I think this could be a very exciting draft. A lot of teams need a lot of pieces this
With
year.
the way this shook out, I agree with you that I think the Chiefs would love to take an exciting pick. Some of my dream guys just didn't come down to us. I think Quentin Johnson is a good prospect to get at 31. I think Bijan Robinson would be a fine prospect at 31. I don't think we should get him.
Yeah.
I think he'd be fine. My dream is Jackson Smith
Njigba
falling that far.
We'll see.
There's no way. Or Brian Branch falling that far.
Well, I think a lot of people think that the Chiefs might be trading up as well because they have all those draft picks.
They could trade up into here, into the. Sorry, we've been off the big screen here. They could trade up into the like this range, 23 to 25. They could trade up to go get a Zay Flowers, or trade up to get a Lucas Van Ness, or something like that.
Yeah. So obviously we've said this a bunch of times, but the Chiefs have 10 picks this year.
Yes.
1 first round, 1 second round, 1 third round, 2 fourth, a fifth, 2 sixth, and 2 sevenths.
It's just they don't have high draft picks. It's hard to move up a lot of picks for a fourth rounder. You know what I'm saying?
But if the Chiefs think their team is solid with young talent locked up, and the Chiefs' wide receiver core is exceptionally young and locked up, they could trade future picks.
The dumbest take I have heard, and I want just people stop saying this. The dumbest take I've possibly heard is that people are saying that the Chiefs will trade back in the draft. Listen, the draft is in Kansas City. The Chiefs had the 31st pick. There's no way they're giving up a first-round pick on the draft night in Kansas City. This has been a widely known fact, one of the worst-kept secrets. Brett Veach is not going to trade the first-round pick while the draft is in Kansas City.
Well,
we are drafting on Thursday night. I promise you.
I'll tell you, though, Truman.
Nope.
Brett Veach doesn't care about that kind of stuff. I would not be shocked.
They do care a little bit about this stuff.
But I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm just telling you.
Although it will be fun.
There's no way.
I can't wait to.
I'm hyped.
I can't wait to stand there with you and hear do 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 do.
And I can't wait till they announce the pick and everybody goes boo, boo. I want to boo. I want to boo the commissioner.
Well, are you gonna boo the commish?
Oh, of course. Fuck the commish. All right, Owen. Without further ado, the Chiefs.
Felix and UDK Uzama.
I'd love to pick Felix, but the way this draft shook out, there's actually a dream prospect. If this came up, I've seen him actually. I was looking at an ESPN mock draft. They had this guy going 17th, and I was like, oh, fuck, maybe you should have gone earlier. The pick, Darnell Wright, tackle from Tennessee.
Wow, exciting.
It's not an exciting pick, but
is he
listen.
Is he big and scary?
Yes, he is probably the best right tackle in this draft, and I think it's the best fit. I think if Darnell Wright were to fall that far, while it is not exciting because you want to pick like a wideout, but I don't think the Chiefs are going to reach on a second round. Listen, the 3 or 4 wideouts that went before this tackle, right? Zay Flowers went already, Jordan Addison went, Quentin Johnson went, and Jackson Smith and Njigba went, right?
Yep.
That's 4. I think those are your 4 first-round wide receivers. I don't think the Chiefs are just going to draft another one because we want to see an exciting pick.
Yeah.
I don't think they're
It's not
willing
like
to reach on
last
that.
year's draft when there's a whole bunch of wide receiver talent available.
Right, yeah. I don't think it signaled that they are okay with the wide receiver room.
It's Patrick Mahomes, man.
Yeah.
I think I see 12 paid.
And it's Patrick Mahomes, so you draft young, good offensive line talent.
Yeah.
Darnell Wright.
I like it.
There you go.
I like your mock here, sir.
I did see him going 17th.
Also, we didn't really talk about Mozzie Smith or Michael Meyer. Actually, you did while I was looking up who the hell I thought Emmitt Smith I meant.
Yes.
Earl Campbell.
Yes.
Wrong.
But yeah.
Hey, next time I'll study up on my 1970s draft picks. That's really on me.
I would like you to do that. Thank you. But yeah, so Darnell Wright, probably the best right tackle in the draft, I think fits in very well with the Chiefs. If he falls that far, if he's available there, I'm going to be fucking...
It is exciting that we are the last pick.
Yes, that is so fun.
Because a lot of the time the draft room kind of clears out after your team picks, on the first day.
Absolutely.
But that means that at this last pick, we'll probably be able to, scoot closer as we go.
No.
Don't
We're
think so?
in Kansas City. We're not going to get to scoot any closer. There's people coming from out of town, but this will be 95% Kansas City people in the
I don't know, dude. Some of those previous drafts, they always find groups of fans.
Yeah, but it ain't like this where it's free seating.
That's true.
For everybody.
When are we getting there,
'cause
by
it's
the way?
outside. What time does the draft start?
I don't fucking know.
That's it.
I actually don't know.
Listen, we're all going to learn here live on Dahm. That's true. What time the NFL draft starts on Thursday? NFL draft start time Thursday.
Because I'll tell you, because it's at...
Draft starts at 7 p.m.
Fuck.
7 p.m.
I'll get to work a little bit early.
Just take. I know you got PTO. I know you don't take PTO. Come on, bro.
Take the whole day off?
No, take like 2 or 3 hours.
I could.
You get off at like 4.
I could probably do that.
Why are you scrunching like that? Don't scrunch me. Scrunch. Okay.
Also, we do not need to be close.
We also need to figure out.
Have you went to a parade?
Yeah.
You don't need to be close.
No. We also need to figure out who all is going. I need to see if Tina is going or not. I need to know if Evan is going. I assume Evan is going. Evan is, I'm pretty sure, locked in.
Okay, we need to figure that out.
Yeah, we need to put it in the Twitter group. Let's get a group started.
Okay.
So there you go.
Well, the thing is it because if we're gonna be kind of far back, then it's cool to bring like drinks and stuff. But
I don't know. I think there's gonna be. I don't know if you can bring outside alcohol.
Okay. Because if we're gonna be close,
But maybe we sneak in.
we should definitely tell our friends not to bring any because there's nowhere to piss and you're not making it back.
That's true.
Because I'll tell you that's what happened at the Chiefs parade, and I imagine it will be similarly packed.
Yep.
So.
I peed plenty at the Chiefs parade, but okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but were you up close?
No, I wasn't up that close.
See, there you go.
I was far. Were you up close?
I was
Did you
kind
go to
of
the parade?
2020.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't respect you then.
It was cold as shit.
Did you not go to the last parade?
No, I had COVID. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jovid.
I
All
was
right,
so fucking pissed.
fair enough. Okay, so there you go. The pick: Darnell Wright, Tennessee tackle.
I like it. I like it.
A couple players that we missed that were available on the board. There was a tackle from Oklahoma. Anton Harrison was there. Will McDonald IV from Iowa State. DeJuan Jones. I've seen a couple write-ups about DeJuan Jones. He's the right tackle from Ohio State. He's the biggest tackle prospect ever.
Like in terms of size.
Yeah. Felix, as we talked about, was right there. Jameer Gibbs. Again, I don't think they go halfback. And Josh Downs from North Carolina honestly would have been fine as well. So just a couple options there that I just decided not to pick.
We'll see.
Just so you guys get the near misses. Okay. Draft crushes. Real quick, Owen. I always
The
fall in love-
K-State kids.
We talked about this last year.
Yep.
There's a couple players that we all mentioned that last year we said one of the Chiefs will select one of these players or won't select one of these players. So right now, Owen, I want to write down players that we've thought about, which is great. You had players that you were thinking about last year
Yeah.
that you had. So I'm confused.
I just have been totally unplugged from the NFL.
Okay.
Mainly because all of my other sports teams have been taking up my mind with controversies and failures.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because last year, Tottenham was winning. So I'd be like, cool, Tottenham's winning, and just keep moving.
Yeah.
But the Royals suck ass in a spectacularly terrible and unlucky way, and the Islanders are underperforming in the playoffs in a frustrating way.
Down 3-1. They're probably gonna
lose. So, yeah.
What?
Hello. So I love Tottenham, of course, that is my team that I've decided to root for.
That's true. He's a big.
I was just scrolling through Twitter, and the fucking No Context Brits Twitter account was roasting Tottenham fans. I was like, damn, not like this.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad.
Damn.
We lost 6-1. Although it did make us fire our coach, which is good.
That's fair.
Club statement, as all Spurs fans say. Very funny.
All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, so that's cool.
Okay, Owen. I'm gonna give you a list of 7 players. Sorry, wait. Okay. I'm going to give you 8 players that I believe one of these players will be drafted by the Chiefs.
Okay.
One of these guys will be a Kansas City Chief.
And you want me to choose which one of these guys is the chief?
No, I think you could add anybody but I think one of these guys.
Oh.
We can have a little $5 bet again.
Oh, okay.
Felix and Udike Uzama.
Yep.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's
Okay.
also a draft crush. Oh, dude, I would nut.
I wouldn't be
harder
surprised.
than I've ever nut before.
These wide receivers is just not as he's good.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna continue to come. I'm gonna not stop coming.
It's just not as crazy as George Pickens or Drake London. These guys, these top wide receivers were. I'm not saying he's bad, but
I still wanted George Pickens.
yeah, but
I'm happy with what we got, but
right. George Karlaftis will be solid.
I'm still out on George Karlaftis. We'll see.
He had 5 sacks in a row.
Yes, I won't forget. Thank you. Deuce Vaughn, he's on my list. Fuck, I love it. There's two fourth-round picks for the people that are like, I don't think he's gonna shut the fuck up. He would be an incredible third down back. It would be. Oh my. I have to listen to fucking KU fans on Twitter talk about Deuce Vaughn not being a good running back. You motherfuckers, he toasted y'all for 250 yards every single fucking year, and y'all are fucking out here. I don't think his game's gonna translate. Motherfucker, he translated all over your fucking team. God damn it. I'm sick of people doubting Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn is going to be incredible in this league. I'm gonna draft Deuce Vaughn in fantasy next year. I'm gonna draft Deuce Vaughn in the 14th round of fantasy teams, and I'm gonna win leagues because of that. It fucking frustrates me. People are like, "Well, look at his measurable charts. Look you know who." God damn it! I lose my mind. They post that fucking chart of size. It's like, well, he's in the 31st percentile for how small he is for running. I don't give a shit. I do not give a shit.
We did watch him run over guys all the time.
Fast 40 times just do not matter that much unless they are record-breaking 40 times. Then they don't matter. You know who had a great 40 time? John Ross.
You had a great 40 time? Jackie Battle.
You know who's on the Chiefs practice squad right now? John Ross. I can't. I'm losing my mind.
Hey, you know who had a bad 3-cone time? DK Metcalf.
Yes, DK Metcalf had a bad 3-cone time. And not a great 40 time. And you know what he did? He fucking chased down somebody from behind after a 15-yard head start. And he chased him down, and they didn't score a touchdown on a pick 6. I can't deal with these motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
That are saying this shit about Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn is going to be incredible, and he would be insane on the Chiefs. He'd be an insane
He's going to get
talent.
drafted as well.
And it's the same KU fans. I retweeted somebody who said this. It's the same KU fans that'll say, K-State's going to be awful this year because Deuce Vaughn isn't on this team anymore. And it'll be the same KU fans that'll say Deuce Vaughn isn't good enough to really be good in the NFL. It's like, you are morons. And you know who did really good with a short running back from Kansas State?
No.
Andy Reid. His name was Darren Sproles. Everybody said, well, Deuce Vaughn isn't Darren Sproles. Yes, motherfucker, I know that Deuce Vaughn isn't Darren Sproles, but they're very similar. Deuce would be great in this offense. He would be insane. If the Chiefs draft Deuce Vaughn in the 4th round, they're winning the Super Bowl again, and Deuce Vaughn is scoring in that Super Bowl. God damn it.
Even if he's just a return guy.
I can't fucking deal with this, man.
Even if he's not even playing third down, even if he's just a return guy, he'd be electric.
Great return guy. Yes, thank you. Okay. Darnell Wright.
Someone needs, by the way, can someone please clip Truman saying he translated all over your team last year?
Don't worry, I'll clip it. That's going on Twitter. Darnell Wright.
You need to post that small section on TikTok. That's a TikTok and a half right there.
Yes.
These motherfuckers.
I'm still claiming my guys. Felix, JSN, Deuce Vaughn, Darnell Wright, DeJuan Jones. Again, we talked about the huge tackle from Ohio. It just feels like tackle, man. It just feels like there isn't going to be good enough skill or playmakers available at pick 31.
I'm feeling line.
I'm feeling tackle. I'm feeling a tackle. It could be defensive line. It could be Felix.
Well, also the Chiefs have historically been pretty good about drafting offensive line.
That would be a fucking incredible. Felix Anudike Uzama is from Lee Summit, man. That would be so cool in the hometown draft in Kansas City for the Chiefs to draft the guy that played at Kansas State, who is a hometown Kansas City guy. Fuck me, that'd be storybook, and he fucking win Rookie of the Year. He's great. Sorry, Felix Anudike Uzama.
That'd be fun.
I want
the yeah.
And when they draft one of these K-State guys, I'm immediately.
How do you think about Malik Knowles in the 7th?
Malik Knowles? Oh, I forget he's in this draft. I would love undrafted. I think Malik Knowles undrafted would be great. Julius Brents also in like the 2nd or 3rd round.
Julius Brents, I think, is going to go like 1st round.
People have stop hyping. There it is. That's the antithesis of Deuce Vaughn.
Why are you so against people hyping Julius Brents?
Because Julius Brents was fine at K-State.
He was really good.
He was fine.
But he had an amazing 3-cone time, Truman.
Yes, he had amazing 3-cone time. He had a great 40 time. He's huge. He has the biggest hands ever. He has the second highest vertical. But all that doesn't matter.
Yeah, can he play the game?
Can he play the game?
I mean, Marcus Peters proved that.
Right.
Marcus Peters proved that you don't even need to be a good cornerback. You just need to be a ball hawk.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, I'm not saying that Marcus Peters was a bad corner, but he, like, took more gambles than anybody else in the league.
Yeah, he also had like 12 interceptions or like 7 interceptions his rookie year, and if you go back and watch them, they were all just like pop fly center field interceptions.
Wait, really?
Yes, none of them were impressive interceptions. It's always is like he like ran away with defensive rookie of the year, and if you look at his interceptions, they were all like we could have caught him, and we don't say that lightly here on Dahm. That's true. All right, Quentin Johnson. I would claim him as well. And another guy I want to claim, we have not talked about him at all. Another Iowa State guy. Xavier Hutchinson, the wideout. I would love him in like the third round, second or third round.
Okay.
Go dream.
All the K-State guys?
Yes. Felix in the first round. Like Xavier Hutchinson. Oh, Julius Brents in the second round. Xavier Hutchinson in the third round. Deuce Vaughn in the fourth round. Thank you. That'd be so good.
That'd be fun.
God, all local guys. Fuck me, dude.
Yeah, Felix is local too, right?
Dude, and Deuce Vaughn's going to be so good in the NFL. I'm so annoyed by people, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get off this soapbox, but
I like this
stop
soapbox.
fucking putting Deuce Vaughn's name in your mouth if you're going to fucking say dumbass shit.
Get working plumbing at your stadium first.
Yes. Deuce Vaughn has ran more in your stadium than plumbing has.
Than water has.
Yes, thank you. Just you think about that. Anytime y'all go to talk shit on Deuce Vaughn, just remember that. Thank you. Fucking people.
Hey, I'll still take your bet that none of those players will go to the Chiefs. I think that's a high money bet.
All right, I got it. 7 players. I got 7 players.
Yeah.
Felix Anudike-Uzomah, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Deuce Vaughn, Darnell Wright, DeJuan Jones, Quentin Johnson, Xavier Hutchinson.
The most fun part about this is that I hope you take a picture of that list and have it on your phone.
Yes.
And then when we're at the draft, you can just turn over and look at me and be like, in your face! Suck my fucking... Yeah. And everyone around us can be like, dude, it's the third round. Why are you yelling like that? Like, don't you get it, idiot? We just got Felix Anudike-Uzomah.
Are you going to multiple games? Are you going multiple rounds or just
I
the first
figure
round?
we go to first and then second through fourth.
It's just second and third.
Oh, I figured that's the ones we go to.
I'm not going to that one.
Why not?
I've got to study.
Oh, that's right.
The only day I can really reason with not doing it is on Thursday.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the groomsmen at the wedding I was at, and this dude that was like 2 blocks from Union Station. Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, you're going to the draft, right?
No.
He's like, nah, I haven't bought tickets. I'm like, oh, it's free. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, man, you just go to NFL All Access and you just get in for free.
I did just see your text messages.
That was from earlier. But yeah, it's free. If you live in Kansas City or anywhere in the area and you plan on being in town, the draft is free. All you have to do, just look up NFL draft ticket, and I think it's All Access or .com/access or .com/draft access. It's one of those. But yeah, you just go through a thing, you make an account real quick, and it sends you a QR code, and you just screenshot it.
That's fair. There you go. Now everybody knows. Okay. That's it for Draft Crushes.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Top 5 draft cliches. You could just use
I
would let you just do like top 5 like draft profiles.
No, I got you. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I've got a. Man, I'm trying to think how I want to word this. Or just things they might say on draft night, you know.
Yeah.
I'm excited. All right, I'm going to.
I think I might have different words than you, but
fine.
I'm going like mainly words.
Yeah. Right. The hardest part is that, and my dad pointed this out, that he doesn't want to go to the draft just because he wants to like listen to what they have to say about the the analysis, and like sometimes you don't get to hear trades and whatnot. So.
Yeah, that will be interesting. Yeah, because like when you're watching. By the way, if you haven't watched the NFL draft before, if you're not actually going to it, have a party, grab your friends that watch football, because if you have a draft, we've had a draft party before where most of the people didn't care about the draft, and
we had a draft party before?
Well, we had people over,
Sure,
but it was just like basically me and you watching the draft, and everyone else was not. Mm-hmm. But have people over that really want to watch the draft with you, like 5 or 6 guys, I guess.
Yep.
Grab some beers.
All right.
It'd be fun.
All right, I'll go. This is really in no particular order. Here's 5 draft cliches that I love. Mm-hmm. Number 5, crazy first-round pick. Look for the Patriots to do this shit. Look for Sean McVay to do stuff like this. They're just going to pick somebody really weird. Well, luckily, Sean McVay doesn't have a pick in this draft, but it'll be something crazy. I would also combine that with overreach on a quarterback just because you need one. Anthony Richardson's a perfect example. I know I just talked very high of Anthony Richardson, but he's a reach probably wherever he goes in the first round. Okay. Number 4, sad family story. Mom died at 10. Cousin died the week leading up to the draft. There will be a million of them, and they're always there. So
yeah,
there you go. Number 3, lengthy, rangy. They're
lengthy. Yeah,
lengthy. He's real lengthy. What does that mean? What does lengthy mean? Is he tall?
You have long arms,
I guess.
Huh.
He's rangy. He's
rangy. Yeah, that's a good one.
Right. Yeah.
I like it.
Lengthy. Whatever that like. You hear those words. I love that. Number 2. It's a classic, baby. Best shape of his life. He got in the best shape of his life leading up to the draft. It's also another great training camp one. Oh, I'm in the best shape of my life. I dropped 20 pounds. I'm in great shape.
Of course you are. You're getting ready for the biggest job interview you've ever had.
And number 1, old reliable, a fucking classic. Listen, almost the reason any of these adjectives exist. White guy adjectives. You know what I'm talking about. Lunch pail, gym rat,
workhorse,
coach's son.
First in, last out.
He's got real game. It's games. He's like he knows ball.
Team player.
He's a team player. Student of the game. Real student of the game.
Sneaky athletic.
Sneaky
quick.
Sneaky fast. Yeah.
Fundamental.
Probably honestly lengthy. But
fundamental player.
Strong
fundamentals.
Yeah. From Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin.
There's always one of them, So there you go. Yeah,
I like it.
So yeah, my list: crazy first round pick / overreach, sad family story, lengthy / rangy, best shape of his life, and white guy adjectives.
That's
1.
pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So starting at my number 5 spot, I got the word workhorse in general.
He was the workhorse back for 4 years at the University of North-South Arizona. Okay, all right, whatever.
It doesn't matter what position that they're at.
He was the workhorse quarterback.
The workhorse corner. It's like, what?
It's like, he started. Okay.
He was a tackle. You mean he's big?
Yeah.
Okay, number 4. Talking about hand size. I love it when they talk about hand size because they always talk.
We would be bad NFL quarterbacks. I know that my hands are not.
No, not big enough. Who's the quarterback that had like smaller hands that they were freaking out about? Was it like?
Kenny Pickett. It was Kenny Pickett last year. Has tiny hands.
Yeah, man.
Kenny Pickett, tiny hands. How is he going to survive in this?
But talk about big hands and small hands.
I think they've said Patrick Mahomes doesn't have huge hands.
Yeah, it doesn't
matter. It's always something.
I don't understand why they measure that.
I want to say Anthony Richardson or somebody like that has huge hands this year. I can't remember.
Perhaps. But you know what's big hands is Kawhi Leonard. Have you seen
Kawhi Leonard, the claw? Yeah, that man does have huge hands.
I wonder why they call him the claw.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So he's like, big hands. I bet Kawhi Leonard has huge penis. Well, he is an NBA player who is 6'8". So if it's at all proportional, he probably got a massive penis.
Oh my god.
Sorry. It's
quick little aside there.
Quick little aside. Kawhi Leonard has huge penis. Thank you. Dom, that's your stamp of approval. We both said that. We both agreed on it. It was an agreed upon thing that we will share.
It was actually scripted that we would say that.
Yeah, I had that written in the notes. Owen, don't forget Kawhi Leonard. Bring up Kawhi Leonard's hand so I can talk about his penis. There you go.
Anyway, number 3 spot.
Kawhi Leonard's penis.
No. A story about mom.
Oh, so okay.
Any story about mom.
Yeah.
Single mom, had to work 3 jobs.
Right. Tragic. Still a tragic story.
Right.
Or mom died. One or the other.
Yeah, something. Yeah, just something about mom in general.
It's typically not mom died. It is typically
father
died,
something like that.
single mom.
Yeah, but there's gonna be stories about mom. Number 2, just the word life changing in general.
This is life changing. Yeah, absolutely.
Just anytime someone gets drafted, they're gonna talk about life changing money, life changing situation, something like that.
It is a life. I mean, to be fair,
it
also
is.
life-changing.
It is, but
It
I'm just talking about them saying it.
Yes.
As a draft cliche. And number 1, Truman, I can't believe you left this one off. It's actually my personal favorite draft cliche, is the really bad camera audio when they do the family reaction of somebody getting picked that isn't at the draft. Yeah. And it's like blown out and like lagging.
Yeah, they cut to the people on the couch.
Yeah, you can tell they're celebrating. It's almost like and then it cuts out because
they're peeking the mic.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's cutting. It doesn't know what to do. They're just like,
absolutely. That is one of my personal favorites.
You know what? That's a great answer. I do love that. That's a classic. Yeah.
So that's what I'm most disappointed about going to the draft at the first round.
We won't get to hear the fucking terrible audio of somebody's iPhone set up on a tripod. Right next
exactly.
To the TV.
Well, if someone if the first round goes as planned, there probably won't be too many of those because that means they'll probably be at the draft, expecting.
A lot of those guys stay home now, though. I mean, a lot of people stay home now.
Yeah, but I mean,
especially when the draft's in Kansas City. I'm not gonna lie to you, not a hot draft spot.
What are you talking about, dude? What's the strip club?
Bazookas?
Bazookas. That's right.
I'm gonna hit up Bryce Young at Taps on Main.
Taps on Main.
We're all going to Taps on Main with Bryce Young.
Catch me hanging out with Will Levis at Parlor later.
Yeah. It will be weird. It's like John Mulaney's got a joke.
Will Levis strikes me as a PBR Big Sky kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. But like John Mulaney's got a joke where it's like talking about how like when he was a writer at SNL, like they'd have all these big name hosts, but they'd have to come into him and talk to him, and he's just a little like shitty writer, and he's got like this terrible couch, and it's like it's like if Babe Ruth came to your home, and it's like it'd be cool, but he doesn't, but you're the only one who knows where the bathroom is and stuff like that's how I think about like all these like future NFL superstars being in Kansas City, where it's like it will be weird to see Bryce Young at Parlor or Bryce. I mean, I know they're going to 801 Chop House or Stock Hill or
probably.
Yeah, they're going to be, but it's weird to think about like them just like these big names just like interacting in our city.
Just like running into somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the number 1 quarterback in the NFL does that frequently in this city, but it feels weird.
Yeah, I mean, he got spotted at Ale House the other day, right? I mean, Travis Kelce goes there.
I don't know, man.
There is a lot of bars in Kansas City, though.
That is true.
Once you start thinking about it, there's a surprisingly large number of bars. But yeah, so my top 5 draft cliches: the word workhorse, talking about hand size, any story about mom, the word life changing in general, and really bad camera audio on family reactions.
Yep, I like it.
I think coinciding with that, though, we also need to talk about they show the family and they're just no one's reacting. Yeah. Well, a lot of those times, though, they do we need to make sure our family seems, normal and like we expected this and respectful. And then they do a couple picks later, they go, and this is the after, draft after we stop showing them on TV. And they're like, all their friends are jumping on them.
Honorable mention to overly excited girlfriend. Also honorable mention to mom and girlfriend being upset about who gets to be most excited next to football player. Yes, that's true. An offshoot. So there you go. 2 honorable mentions.
That's a good shout.
All right, speaking of good shouts, hey, shout out to the Patreon members over at patreon.com/opendisaster, our patrons. 4 of the 5 of these people are still subscribed. I don't know who's not on it. Skylar, Aaron, Joe, Mailbox Kansas City, and Dylan. We appreciate you guys supporting it. Appreciate everybody who subbed. Big shout out to Hannah Learns to Read for subbing also during this. Hey, we really appreciate everybody for being here. We appreciate you guys hanging out and letting us do our thing. Appreciate you guys being here for the first Dahm That's True mock draft ever.
That is true, yeah.
We'll see you next year for the second annual one. I think that's it. Pop Culture Minute, real quick, guys. Just prepare for the draft. Have a plan going down there. Don't just assume you're going to get to Uber there, because if you're Ubering there, you're going to have to figure out how to Uber back out. I would say drive down there, go figure out some parking, talk to your buddy, figure something out, have a goddamn plan other than trying to figure it out on the day of like we're about to. So that's all I got for you. Appreciate you.
Do you see the stat, Truman?
What?
That the Royals, in terms of slugging percentage, are the unluckiest team in the league.
I don't care for your
the
Royals.
So they're bad and unlucky. So they are the team that is expected to have the most batting average more than they do.
I don't care.
It's sad.
You can't convince me that the Royals are supposed to be good. And I'm tired of you guys posting these stats that are like, oh, the Royals should be actually good. Hey, we appreciate everybody for sticking around here instead of listening to the Royals. See you guys. Bye. Again, big shout out to Chandler, exclamation